Hello, my name is Aaron Park, and this is 7th grade, lesson 30. So for our first problem, Timothy has 7 boxes of shoes and 4 boxes of shirts. Each box of shoes contains 5 pairs of shoes, and each box of shirts contains 9 shirts. How many more shirts and shoes does Timothy have? So first let's solve for how much of each we have. For shoes, we have 7 boxes times 5 pairs per box, which gives us 35 pairs. Then we have 4 boxes of shirts. 9 shirts per box is 36 shirts. Looking at the numbers, I believe this is supposed to be more shirts than shoes, which means that we have obviously more shirts. So we will keep this as pairs, even if they weren't very clear with it. We have 1 more shirt than pairs of shoes, which is A. If this was just shoes, then we would multiply by 2, because there's 2 shoes per pair, and get 70 shoes. And that means we have 34 more shoes than shirts, but that is not an answer choice. So we know that our interpretation is correct. Now, what is the value of the expression below? Basically, we're going to be evaluating this. We have 2 mixed numbers, and we want to convert those to improper fractions first. So 3 wholes is 15/5. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 4. 5 minus 1 times 4 is 4, plus 3 over 4, which is 19/5. 19/5 minus 7/4. Minus 7/4. Now we find the least common factor, the least common multiple, the LCM, which is 20. If that doesn't come to you instantly, you can write out the multiples: 5, 10, 15, 20, and so on. And then we have 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Aha! 20 is the least common multiple. 5 times 4 is 20, so we multiply top and bottom by 4. 19 times 4 is 76, minus 4 times 5 is 20. And then 7 times 5 is 35. Now we simply subtract the fractions because they have the same denominator. 76 minus 35 is 41 over 20. Simplify the improper fraction to get 2 and 1/20, which is our next question. Jacob has $1.90. He has 10 coins, all dimes and quarters, to equal this amount. How many dimes and how many quarters does he have? We can set up a system of equations. If we let D equal the number of dimes and Q represent the number of quarters, we know that we have 10 coins in all, so however many dimes plus however many quarters is 10. And we also know we have $1.90. So we add up the values. A dime is worth 10 cents, or $0.1, and a quarter is worth 25 cents, or $0.25. Now we can solve the system of equations. How do you do that? Well, one option is we multiply the second equation, by 4 to get 0.4 dimes. Actually, an even easier method would be to multiply by 10, because multiplying by 10 is very easy. Just move the decimal point 1 over. So we have 1 dime plus 2.5 quarters equals 19. Then, if you look at the first equation and the second equation, you'll note that we can subtract the two. So just pretend that we're subtracting, kind of like just subtracting any number, 12 minus 2, except this with equations. D plus Q minus D, the quantity D plus 2.5Q is, well, the D's cancel out, right? Because D minus D is 0. And then Q minus 2.5Q, remember this distributes, is what? Negative 1.5Q. Then, on the right side, 10 minus 19 is negative 9. Now, we solve for Q. Divide both sides by the coefficient, negative 1.5. Sorry if that's hard to see. And we get Q is equal to 4. Actually, it's not. It's 6. Make sure to double check your mental math. We have 6 quarters, but that isn't the entire answer. I mean, we can just pick A right now because it's the only one with 6 quarters, but let's check our work. If you plug 6 back into our original equation, we get that D is equal to 4. Obviously, because we have 10 coins total, 6 are quarters, so 4 are dimes. Now let's check how much money this is. 6 quarters plus 40 cents from 4 dimes. How much money is that? Well, we multiply this out. 6 quarters is $1.50, right? Plus 40 cents is $1.90. And would you see that is the original value? So we know our answer is correct. Now, let's go do a couple more and then we'll check out this last page. Let's look at 7. Greta earns $20 per hour working as a babysitter. Starting for the next month, she'll be paid 40% more. How much will Greta earn per hour now? Well, $20 per hour is 100%. She's going to be making 120% now, right? Or not 120, 140. Because her pay went up by 40%. Plus 40%. But a better way to represent it is to use multiplication. Plus 1.4 or times 140%. So in order to find the actual amount, we can also multiply by the same ratio. $20 times 1.4, well, if you look at it, 1.4, 28. It is $28. You can use pencil and paper if you need to, which is B. Let's go over that one more time. I think I rushed a bit. $20 is 100%. This is the ratio symbol, or use it to show that two things are alike. So, an unknown amount of money is 140%. You might be tempted to just add 40%, which seems right, but then how do you add 40% to $20? That's a bit weird. Instead, we can multiply by 40% times 1.4 or 140%, because if you remember, these are the same. Then we do the same operation. $20 times 1.4 is equal to $28, which gives us D. Now let's check out a couple this last page about simplifying expressions, writing the answers in exponent form. How about we do 7? Let me just write it out so that's easier to see. That is a 7. So here we can see that we have two numbers. They're both the exponents and they're both the same base, -9. Well, just like how we can cancel variables if they're the same base, we can do the same here. If you remember, there's a rule, the division rule of exponents, where if you see something like this, where an exponent, a number to an exponent, is being divided by another number of the same base with an exponent, this is equal to that base, x, to the power of the numerator's exponent minus the denominator's exponent, which is x squared. So here, we keep the base, that's 9 minus 7, which is -9 squared, and we leave it in exponent form. Now, let's look at 4. 4 isn't division, although 6 is. 4 is multiplication. Well, we have another rule for that. X squared times x cubed, because the number next to a parentheses is multiplication, is invisible multiplication symbol. While we subtracted when it's being divided, we're going to add when it's being multiplied. The first one and the second one. Here we have 3, but that doesn't really matter. It just means we have to add more. 2 plus 6 plus 1, because remember, no exponent is 1. And that is 7 to the 9. I'll leave the rest to you. Thank you.